I'm having a coffee. I'm having a coffee most days. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. I recently got a mocha pot, and if you don't know what they are, it looks kind of like, I'll put a thing, whatever. But actually not whatever, because they are delicious. It's the closest thing that you'll get to espresso without an espresso machine for all the coffee people out there. And if you don't drink coffee, get on it. No, don't. You don't need another addiction in your life. Oh yeah. So, how are you? Well, that's about as that was expected. So this is the let's say the second time that I'm actually doing a solid vlog, softly spoken, maybe a little bit of whispering ear to ear, because the thing that's great about ASMR, you can potentially do anything in a video, and it could be ASMR. Especially vlogging, and yeah, I don't have the Casey Neistat lifestyle, but do it softly spoken and actually really enjoy ASMR yourself, and you could make some pretty good ASMR. Pretty good ASMR. Oh yeah, I'm gonna periodically sip this thing, and I'm gonna go, yep, that's the stuff. Periodically. I won't do it all the time. That's a lie, I'm doing it again. It's too good. Alright. So, you are going to be watching this in the new year because I am recording it in the new year. I hope you guys had a fantastic New Year's Eve. It is one of those potentially overhyped nights. I get that. I used to do that a lot, where it would hit 12 and you'd kind of be out. You'd kind of look around. You're like sobering up. Yeah, adult content here. Sobering up, and you're kind of looking around at the people. You're like, man, this sucks. Yeah, that is a regular occurrence, because New Year's is one of those things that gets kind of overhyped the most, but I always like to look at it as a moment of reflection, and to reflecting doesn't mean being hard on yourself, because especially 2020, not a fantastic year for anyone, I would assume. Yeah, I think we capped this year, or we capped 2020 at maybe an 8 out of 10, and that's the maximum you could get. We had to shave off 2 or 3 stars out of there. But if you weren't as productive as you thought you were going to be, or you didn't achieve as much as you did, or you're looking at your bank account and you're like, well, I thought I would have more in there. You're looking at maybe your dating life and you're like, oh, I thought I would have had a girlfriend by now, or a boyfriend. I don't judge. And don't be harsh on yourself. It's just, it's the fact is that I think we often look back and reflect, and kind of see the negatives. In fact, I was kind of feeling a bit down. I'm like, oh, I was feeling the same thing. I didn't get as much done, specifically. That's what I was kind of thinking about. And it's a really cool exercise to get out a piece of paper and kind of try to remember back to January and slowly work through the months. And then you realize how much you actually did do. I mean, in quarantine, for example, I learned how to play the ukulele and learned some more recipes and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a perfect year for you to be happy when reflecting back on it, because you likely learned a lot of lessons that you've internalized now, but you didn't realize that you actually learned in 2020. And if you're watching this video in a, 2025, whenever it is, it still applies. If the previous year, when you're reflecting on it, try to look at everything as a whole. I think it's a really great time for reflection. Dates are arbitrary, right? So, your life, your new life, or, all of your improvement that you want, it's very incremental. It doesn't have to be, okay, now it's January 1. Let's do this. Let's get onto it. And then you find yourself being a couch potato and watching Netflix. Which is what you should do. You go do that right now. After this video, go be a couch potato and watch some Netflix, because give yourself a break. Why not? Yeah. So, don't be too harsh on yourself. It's great to want to improve yourself and set resolutions and all of that, but know that dates are arbitrary. We're in 2021 now, because that's how the planets move. And we decided a long time ago that that's how we're going to count them. My big advice for everybody is don't have these grand plans. Have them in the background. But it's that analogy, right? To build a house or build a wall, you need to lay it brick by brick. So my advice, and the advice that I personally follow myself, so I practice what I preach in this one, is set smaller kind of short to mid-term goals where you can actually work towards them and not be in the mindset of some master chess player commander person kind of seeing their life out 10 years ahead. Don't do that. Focus on January. What small things do you want to achieve in January? I did a whole video on people starting at the gym in January and burning out because, they're going full throttle, and I love that energy. I love the energy. But, you got to think about longevity. If you want to make it a part of your lifestyle, you need to, well, at least in my case, and in a lot of other people's cases, you need to start small, making these grand changes, and take some time. So if you are planning on journaling and, you miss a couple of days, and your idea was, and your goal was to journal every single day of 2021, that's going to put you off. You're going to be like, well, I failed already, so it doesn't matter anymore. Whereas if you missed 60 days, that's still 305 days of a year where you did journal. So, have you really failed? Don't be too harsh on yourself. Avoid things like, I'm going to do this every day, or I'm going to do this every day. It's just, it's too much pressure, okay? Start small. If you're going to the gym or you're going to work out, start at 1 or 2 times a day. Sorry, 1 or 2 times a week, not 1 or 2 times a day. But yeah, I'll share some of what I'm going to do actually. I've got some goals, and I found, I watched a podcast, and there was a guy on it who suggested doing, breaking things down in threes, and he kind of, he found that if he had too many things, he wouldn't have real priorities. And he did. He had a lot of goals, but he would have 3 at the forefront. The 3 top things to get done this year. I kind of like that idea, I was like, that makes sense. And the wording as well. It's not a resolution, it's things to get done. And that would help you set priorities. And then he would have as top 3 things to stop doing or reduce significantly. And maybe under top 3 things to get done, you might not find a lot. Or you might find that you can't prioritize. But under things to stop, that the top for me there was being on my phone. Yeah. I'll share something that I'm not proud of. The top day, because you can look at analytics on your phone and see how much you're using it. one day during quarantine, not including like Netflix and stuff, so I wasn't watching videos on my phone. Maybe I was watching a bit of YouTube, but I spent 7.5 or was it 8 hours on my phone, and that is insane. That was the worst day. I must have been messaging people all day, or social media, or been in a spiral, something. But I had to have a real hard look at myself that day. I'm like this. I was feeling scattered and mentally slow. Like somebody would ask me a basic question, and I'd be like a zombie. And so I reduced it significantly. Didn't have to wait for a resolution or the New Year's to do that. But I figured if I'm going to do it long term, and I've already made some progress, I'm going to reduce that even more. So I set kind of an achievable goal for myself. What am I doing? I'm going to average out less than 2 hours this year. I'm hoping on my phone, because there's a percentage of productive stuff that I need to do, or I do on my phone because it's very convenient to do. And with that included, it needs to be under 2 hours. So that's what I'm doing. There is a time back 10 years ago where I would have been like, oh my god, I spend 2 hours on my phone every single day. Horrible. But now, look what we're doing. We're trying to reduce it to 2 or less. I think, you see all these people put together when in reality, it took so much time to get there, and they have other struggles. So I guess the overall message that I'm trying to send here, starting in 2021, don't put too much pressure on yourself. We're all trying to figure it out. Don't try to compare yourself. And I know it's hard. We're people. We like to do that, especially in your social circle. It is super difficult to not compare yourself with others. And I guess what I mean when I say don't compare yourself with others, I mean when the comparison does hit you, because you will compare yourself with others. When it does hit you, internalize it. Say, switch the format, switch the perspective, and say, that's inspiration rather than competition. That's what I do. If I see somebody that seemingly has something really sorted out that I'm still trying to sort out, I will use it as inspiration. In fact, I'm that weirdo that will go up to people on the street and ask them about a particular thing. Oh yeah. If I see somebody on my bike ride who is just gunning it, and I see them every morning, or I see them whenever I go, I will push pedal to the metal and try to catch up to them to be like, hey, until they stop. So I can say, look, you're really fit. I see you go down this path all the time and you're really gunning it. What's the secret? What are you doing? Tell me. Help me. And honestly, it makes other people's day and it helps you out. Comparison is cool. It happens, but don't let it define you. Definitely just compare yourself to your previous self. But understand that it will creep in. It'll creep in and it'll make you feel bad. And the key there is to change the perspective in your head. Understand that people started somewhere and they got there. And if they can do it, if you see somebody doing something and you want to get there too, there's a path there because somebody's already achieved it. It's just a matter of rewiring that thought process. Yeah, it takes time and effort, but you will get there. A lot of the things we want aren't even that bad. A lot of us don't want to be the best in X in the world. A lot of us just kind of want something that is difficult to attain, but multiple people have. So if other people have got there. There's a path there, and if there's a path there, you can take that path. Philosophical, I know. I do like to ramble, but softly spoken rambles, even if you don't care. ASMR. Oh yeah, I'm like trying to give me all of it, give me all of it. I love it. Alright, I'm gonna rest this here and hopefully not rock your world. Okay, I'm definitely going to cut that out. That was loud. Alrighty, what do we got here? Okay. So, there's some other things that I wanted to talk about as well. This year, I did, and not this year, 2020, I did something that I've been wanting to do forever. And, I've been using YouTube since kind of, I'm not going to say day one, but like after they launched, I'm talking about the days of like Fred, and if you're thinking ASMR Fred, no. You know who I'm talking about if you've been around for a while. I'm talking about like the chipmunk voice kid who was making the news because he was the top guy on YouTube with 1 million subscribers. I've actually wanted to make YouTube videos for the longest time, but in the theme of wanting and kind of seeing people so far ahead and kind of being intimidated, I was. And now, fast forward to 2020, this is the most serious I've been about making them, and it's in a subculture and a niche that I really like, and that's ASMR. And in October, so not even at the start of the year, this was not a New Year's resolution, it wasn't a goal, but I bought this Blue Yeti to narrate some of my articles because I blog. I'll link it somewhere, maybe it'll help you out. I started narrating some things, but I was like, this sounds really, really good, and as the mic quality sounds really good. And I realized that the Blue Yeti is kind of like the go-to for the whole reason I bought it, because it sounds so good in ASMR videos. So I decided to make one. And from October 8th to now, to the last video that I posted in 2020, I posted 20 videos. Holy crap, right? That's a lot for me. I know that there are people who post every single day. I'm not one of those people. It was really I don't know, it was just, I posted one and I get good feedback, and that fuels me to post another. So, when you do write something nice in the comments, or you do like the video, or I get good feedback, even if I get bad feedback actually, even if it's not feedback, even if it's just a random bot or anything, it kind of pushes you to do better. It kind of says, hey, you're helping people, and people are enjoying your content, so now you have that knowledge, and when I have that knowledge, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make some more, because this is great. And 20 videos, and with 20 videos in a span of 3 months, or close to 3 months, it will be 3 months on the 8th of Jan. I've gotten 260 plus subscribers, and that's 260 plus people that were like, yeah, this is good, and that's crazy. That's a lot of people. That's yeah, and subscribe to the one thing, but the amount of hours that people have watched, I'm almost up to like 800 hours of watch time. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours, and I'm super thankful. Super thankful. That was definitely when I was looking back at 2020, and I was trying to do that thing that I just told you about, where I would look back from January and work my way up to 2020. I realized that I've done a lot, and I encourage you to do the same. It takes like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, write it down, do pen and paper. Pen and paper is much nicer than typing. It really lets you internalize that stuff. So I'm super thankful. Thank you for watching this content. And thanks for being honest about it, like with the feedback and stuff, because you do. It does help. It does help for future videos. And I think a goal of 2020, maybe not my top 3, but a goal of 2021 is to. I mean, if you look behind me, this is my room. It's because I don't really have a lot of space, especially soundproof. Well, it's not soundproof, as you can probably hear that plane going by. But I just don't have a lot of room to create a studio, and I would love to create a little studio. The lighting, of course, like, so behind this, behind you right now is a mirror, and that's just like my built-in wardrobe and stuff, so it reflects the light that I have up top, and then this kind of lights the back, so the lighting isn't actually horrible in here. It's actually quite good, I think. And there's a window there, and it creates some sort of lighting, and the audio quality, I think, is there because of the blue Yeti. And the background's alright. You've got my little plant, you've got my allergy tissues right there. Dust, man. Dust. It's bad. Every time I wake up, I'm sniffling. I'm like, do I have COVID? Do I have COVID? No. Okay. It's just the dust. Alright. So this is cool, but, it'd be nice to get a green screen. It'd be nice to do some other things, and then, it'd be cooler to make all the content that's up here, but some advice, especially for anything, not just content, but if you don't think you have all of the equipment, try to make it work with what you have. And that kind of takes away the procrastination aspect of it. You're like, well, I have a week to do this. I'm gonna do this. This is in my mind. I think I need all of this, but I don't have it, so how can I do it instead? Trust me. The amount of roleplay videos that are in people's bedrooms, the amount of videos that have over 1 million views, that are just, you can hear things in the background and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. It doesn't mean they're bad videos. They're great videos. Otherwise they wouldn't have got the views that they did, right? But people hold off. People hold off because they don't think it's perfect or all of that. Lose that perfectionism. Get it out of here. We don't need that here. And that's with a lot of things, It's like, I think I used to be the type of person that was like, well, I can't go for a run, or I can't exercise because of X, Y, Z. I don't have the right workout clothes. I don't have my phone's not charged. I don't have my music with me. Or like, it's just like, just go for a run. It's fine. Cool, right? It's a motivation video on the channel called Whispered Motivation. That's a first, isn't it? But yeah, I just want to wish everybody the best of luck for 2021. Vaccines will come out this year. People will start getting them. We'll start getting herd immunity. People will start being able to travel again, go outside. It's going to be better. It will be better. Fingers crossed it will be better. Okay. And thanks for tuning in. And I do like these vlog type videos because I do like chatting. I like chatting, right? The world's a lie. This guy likes chatting. So what did I do for New Year's? I don't want to rub it in, but I was able to go out because we're pretty much back to normal in Queensland, in Australia. But honestly, going out is a bit shit. On New Year's, you don't want to go out. And when I say go out, I mean we had margaritas in our house, and then a friend had a party somewhere, which we did a stop by and then came back. That was the extent. It's not too crazy, but that's what we did. And yeah, yeah. So don't feel too much pressure to change your entire life. It happens slowly. And yeah, if you're feeling lost or directionless, pick one small improvement and focus on that. Get that down pat, pick another one. It's bit by bit. Think about yourself 10 years ago. You're probably a baby. Don't know anything, right? You're so much wiser now. And the spoiler is that 10 years from now, you're going to look back to this time and you're going to have those same feelings. It's because of that incremental improvement. So, best of luck. Don't be too harsh on yourself. When you do compare yourself with others, spin it in a positive way. Say that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And ask for help. The amount of time I could have saved if instead of trying to figure something out myself, if I got some help while I did it, right? Best of luck. I've got some great things planned. I've got some role play ideas. I'm just trying to get this room cooler so I can wear some of the stuff that's required for the role play. I'm going to make some weird and wonderful videos coming up, and some simple ones, some mic brushing ones. Just need to get the right stuff. Water bottle spray and some light triggers. I want to do a lot more of that. I like the flashlight triggers and all of that stuff. And yeah, that's my little update. That's a vlog number 2, I believe, that I've done. And let me know if you like the vlogs, because I like talking to the camera and all of that kind of stuff. And I like making it ASMR-y. So I'll probably do more of that in the future. But until then, thank you so much for tuning in and everything. And yeah, if you're seeing this video for the first time, check out my content. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. It's worth it. And I will make more advice videos, unsolicited advice videos. You guys are like, I don't want to hear it, man. And I'm like, I don't care. But more advice videos to come. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, as always. This is Shah. Yeah, that's I keep saying my name, but it's a weird one. It's a weird name. It's like Charlotte without the lit on the end. That's how I describe it on nights out when I'm trying to hit on girls. Too much information, but that's what it is. And I think I'm going to keep the channel name. I feel I've gone this far. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I like the vlogs because I like just saying random stuff. Anyway, yeah, well, keep being yourself. Keep enjoying what it is. Write it out. Don't have too much stress. And I will actually now see you in the next one. I've tried to end this video 17 times, but I've added extra stuff. Anyway, goodbye. See you later. Bon voyage.